The fact that the death toll here jumped from 16 to 34 shows you that there's still a lot unknown about the extent of the suffering here. Early on, doctors told us they anticipate that this will transfer from a humanitarian crisis to a health crisis, and the weapon to combat that, deployed by the U.S. military, the U.S. Navy, is a USNS Comfort. This is a converted oil tanker that is now a floating hospital. They have a 50-bed emergency room. They've got recovery rooms. They can deliver babies on board. They've got operating rooms. In fact, about the only difference between this and your local hospital is that the beds are tied down and you cannot operate an MRI on board a big metal ship with the navigation equipment because a giant magnet would cause all sorts of problems. What doctors intend to be dealing with: people who've been off their medications and all of the health problems you get from living in unclean conditions.
Diarrheal disease can be a problem. Down here in Puerto Rico, dengue is a mosquito-borne disease, and other mosquito-borne diseases can go up as well, and they're at risk certainly for the crew and people who travel here, as well as the local populations.
At the moment, there are only 2 patients on board. The captain of the ship here is waiting on specific orders to deploy to a specific location on the island where it is determined that the need is the greatest. They can equip the hospitals on land. They can even generate their own oxygen. On the top of the ship is a flight deck. There are 2 helicopters on board. They can land as many helicopters as they need with the helicopters coming and going. And if you look at the starboard side of the ship, there are patient tenders that look like lifeboats. Think floating ambulances. It's one way they can get patients on board. They say they can treat up to 200 to 300 patients a day here.